It's going down. All right, Shalom, Israel. First and foremost, as always, I would like to give all praises, honor, glory, respect, and blessings to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rasaha, Kwadash. Salutations to the Lord's elect on the four corners of the earth, pushing this truth and sincerity while patiently waiting for Yahweh Shai's return. And double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone, which have taught us everything we know through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai. And welcome to another series of It's Going Down, being brought to you by the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai. The title of this article is Musk's Brain Chip to be implemented in second patient. Okay. And this is a chip that is designed to basically connect to the neural system or the central system of the brain, which is where the spirit is at, by the way. Um, and basically allow people to use the chip in order to perform various bodily features, such as being able to move their fingers, their hands, their arms, their legs, being able to stand up, walk, talk properly. If there's speech impediment, they be able to speak correctly. Um, you know, now in a previous video, I believe the article came out, what was it, 2 months ago? Or was it 3 months ago? Where there was a monkey who had a chip in his brain and he was able to play ping pong simply by using his brain. Now, last month, there was a article or video circulating around a guy who basically he had the MOTB in his brain, right? And basically he was able to do things on his phone or on his computer just by thinking about it. So, like for an example, if you wanted to check his mail, he'll just, you know, think about his mail and bam, activate it. You see? If he wanted to check his calls, he'd think about his calls. If he wanted to browse the web, he'll just go to the web. You see? So, you know, this thing is getting ready to become mandatory. And there's going to be a lot of people who is going to take this device because they're going to want to walk again. They're going to want to be able to move their limbs. If they're paralyzed, they're going to be able to get up and do the things they used to do in life, such as work, drive. You see, be able to run, play basketball again. Neuralink is planning to extend the trial to 10 people this year, allowing them to interact with a computer using their thoughts. So it says the United States health regulator has granted permission to Elon Musk Neuralink to implement a brain CHIP in a second patient despite some initial issues with the first test subject, to the Wall Street Journal reported on Monday. Okay, the brain CHIP startup received approval from the Food and Drug Administration. What does the FDA have to do with this? Come on, man. But it says to conduct a trial with a second patient using a modified procedure after the company proposed to fix a problem that occurred with its first test subject, the outlet said. The CHIP, which is named telepathy, was successfully implemented for the first time last February. It allowed 30-year-old quadriplegic Nolan Arbaugh to control a computer mouse using his thoughts with no ill effects, according to the neurotechnology company. Okay, the surgery involved a specially designed robot placing the computer C hip, which is about the size of a coin, maybe a penny, with a ultra thin flexible threads in the region of the brain that controls the intention to move. Okay, Neuralink explained the chip was see that proves that these devils are a bunch of mad scientists. Okay, because how do they know which part of the brain, you know, controls your intention to move? You know, this was done through various experimentations on different people and animals. See? So the C hip was then used to record and transmit brain signals wirelessly to an app that decodes movement and tension. Okay. Earlier this month, Neuralink said tiny wires implanted in the brain of its first patient had been pulled out of position. Last week, Reuters reported that the company had known from animal testing that the wires, which are thinner than a strand of human hair, could interact along with the electrodes used to read brain signals. Okay. It says with the second patient, the quarter-sized chip will be implanted deeper into the brain to prevent it from retracting, according to WSJ. Neuralink expects to implant its device in the second patient in June. Another 8 people will participate in further trials before the end of this year. The report said more than 1,000 quadriplegics have signed up. More than 1,000. Come on, man. So you see, excuse me. It says the startup has claimed that the ultimate goal of the project, dubbed the Prime Study, is to develop a fully implantable wireless brain-computer interface that will give people the ability to control a computer cursor or keyboard using their thoughts alone. This will later make a way for groundbreaking treatments for people suffering from physical disabilities such as paralysis, right? Blindness, as well as illness like obesity, autism, depression, and schizophrenia. Schizophrenia, okay, and depression, autism. Okay, so I think you know where I'm about to go. Let's go there real quick. So let's go to Revelation chapter 13. Yeah, I started at 14. Let's see. So let's start at verse 13. Revelation 13, verse 13. And he is talking about the self-proclaimed white man, starting with the so-called elites, trickling down to the rest of their nation, the people who are the true biblical Edomites. Okay, the so-called elites who call themselves Rothschilds and Rockefellers. These are your Edomites today, along with the rest of their nation of people. It says, and he doeth great wonders, so that he maketh fire come down from heaven on earth in the sight of men, right? Which is the testing of those nuclear warheads. There's plenty of videos of them testing out ICBMs, okay, and deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the mean of those miracles. Okay, now check this out. And deceiveth them. And why do it say he deceiveth them? Okay, the reason why it says that he deceiveth them, because a lot of people is going to be tricked into taking these brain C hips, right? So they can be able to walk again, but they have no idea that it's really just an agenda to gain control over people, to know their thoughts, and basically to have control over their souls. Because when you go to Revelation, I believe it's 19, it speaks about how he have the souls of men. Part of how he have the souls of men is through putting a chip inside of them, especially in their brain where the spirit is at. Okay, so it says, and deceiveth them, right? Because Esau's not going to, the so-called elites, they're not going to allow their government or these different high-ranking U.S. officials to tell you that the reason why they want to put a C-hip in your brain is to control your thoughts, your movements, and such. They're not going to tell you that. They're not going to tell you that putting a C-hip inside you is really a agenda for complete domination and control over humankind. They're not going to tell you that. They're going to tell you, oh, we want to see you walk again. And, we want to help those with physical disabilities who can't use their arms or legs, or those who are blind and can't see, or, they're not, that's what they're going to tell you. But their true intentions, they're going to keep you in the dark from. So he deceived them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth that they should make an image to the beast, which had the wound by the sword and did live. And the beast that had the swoon that had the wound by the sword and did live is the ancient Roman Empire, because the ancient Roman Empire, its downfall really started with when Israelites started to take rule over it. And then eventually it just the ancient Roman Empire just went straight into ruin. Okay, so it met a ruinous end. But as we may know, Rome has been revived through the same Edomites, right, who had ruled over the ancient Roman Empire that's currently ruling the earth today. Okay, so it says, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, which the image of the beast is talking about the Roman Empire, the image, the persona. Like you go into persona, right? Your persona is supposed to represent what? Your personality. Supposed to represent you in a way, right? So that word image there can also go into persona, you know, which America is what? America is like the persona of ancient Rome. So the image of the beast is the Roman Empire today, which America is a part of that Roman Empire, which is what? NATO, okay, the European Union, okay, America, okay, that's the Roman Empire today, okay. That the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many would not worship the image of the beast should be killed, okay. And he causeth all, right? I just real quick, I'm gonna go into that word causeth. What does the word causeth mean? What is the Greek word for causeth? Let me see this. Do this.
Strong's G 4160. Poyeo. Poyeo.
Poyeo. Okay. So it's poyeo, right? And it says causative, right? And here we have to make with the names things to produce, construct, form, fashion, authors, the cause to make ready. And that's what he's doing. He's making people ready to accept this beast system, which a part of accepting the beast system is what? Taking the mark of the beast, which is the CHIP. To prepare, to produce, bear, shoot forth, to acquire, okay? Cause of forth, it says to provide a thing, oneself, okay? Render, to appoint, or ordain one. And how many people are being ordained to take this brain C hit, being basically Esau's guinea pigs. You know, many people are being ordained to take it to taking this C hit, whether if it's to eat, whether if it's for safety protection. You see, it says to put one forth, to lead them out, to make one do something, cause one to be the authors of a thing, okay, act rightly, do well, carry out, to execute, to do a thing unto one, okay, designation, time, designation of time, to pass, spend, celebrate, to make ready, so that at the same time to institute. And this is what they're doing. They're getting the masses of the people ready to be C hit, okay? So that when the time comes to institute the CHIP, which is the market of you know what, people are just going to take it. Okay, so that was the Greek word for causative, which is paieo. Okay, so it says he is the so-called elites, starting with the Rothschilds and the Rockefellers, who have control over the whole earth through their monetary banking system, and that's ultimately how they want to control people through money, which will be on your CHIP if you take it, which will ultimately lead to your destruction, which I would read next in Revelation 14, right? And the cause of all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. Let him that have understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and this number is 603 score and six. Which that number six also goes into what? Disobedience. You know, this also explains why the number six is the Illuminati's most favorite number, which who are the heads of the Illuminati? The so-called elites. So this is also the so-called elites' most favorite number, because the number six represents the number six is that's a number that represents disobedience. Okay, so Esau is into disobedience. You know, he is the child of perdition. Now let's do this. Revelation chapter 14. Okay. And here's the head title for this, right? Doom for worshippers of the beast. And if you take that C hip, you're basically a worshipper of this beast system. Which, what does it mean by beast system? It means a system of lawlessness. And again, I've read that word causative. I've read that the definition for that Greek word causative, right? Esau's getting these people ready to be seated. Because think about it, the majority of the people on the world, they're already living a life of disobedience. They're smoking, they're committing adultery, they're eating unclean foods. Okay, they have dreads. You're an Israelite man with long hair. You're a man with a smooth face. When you can grow facial hair, you're being a mole. You're getting tattoos. You're worshiping idols. You're keeping the customs of other nations. You know, that's a beastly like way of living. You're gang banging, you commit murder, you're drinking blood, you're doing abominable things for fame and uncertain riches. You know, you're smoking, you're snorting drugs, you're doing drugs, you're into witchcraft, idolatry, okay? You're a simp. You're into the woman ruling over you, having authority, power. You're into Moism, incest, bestiality. Now, all these things are the abominable or works of men. So, if you're a worshiper of the beast system, that means that your life is going to be a life of sin. Okay, pedophilia, that's sin. Okay, being a witch, practicing witchcraft, sorcery, all that shit is a part of worship, being a worshiper of the beast system. You know, and that's basically the 2/3 of our people. They want to live a life of lawlessness because Jake never liked being told what to do. Jake don't want to live by the laws, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai. And again, these were the same niggas in the Garden of Eden, you know, practicing the wicked customs and philosophies of those other nations, which ultimately led to what? Their destruction, their death, which came by the way of that flood. So this time, when the second death comes, it's going to be by fire instead of water. Okay? And the third angel followed them, saying, Revelation 14:9, and the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast in his image and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand. You see? Because by you taking that C hip in your right hand or in your forehead, you're basically pledging your allegiance, your alliance to the beast system. And you basically agree to live by Esau's standards, which Esau is a lawless person. Okay, in Hebrews, the 12th chapter, the scriptures tell you that this man is profane, which the word profane means outside the temple. Okay, what is that? Isaiah, is that Isaiah 32? The vile man shall no more be called liberal. The scriptures call this man vile because he's the man of a sin, which a man of sin is a man of lawlessness, a man who lives outside of the laws, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai. That's why, like Yahweh Shai said to you niggas in the book of John, the 8th chapter in the 44th verse, ye are of your father the devil, and the lust of your father ye will do. So 2/3 of our people are also like unto men, men of sin. Cause you niggas, y'all love to have it so. Y'all want to eat what y'all want to eat, do what you want to do, live your life how you want to live it. So, like it tells you in Romans 6 verse 23, the wages of sin is death. So y'all gonna taste of that second death, especially if you take the MARK, which is the RFID CHIP, the mark of the BEAST. The same, okay? So if anyone receive the mark of the BEAST, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of Yahweh, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation, in which that's going to come by the way of those nuclear warheads. Okay? It's going to come by the way of those nuclear warheads. Okay? And which we know that the main targets of this coming nuclear war is going to be the United States of America as well as the land of Israel. Those are going to be the main targets of this coming nuclear war during World War III. Okay? And he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone, which is going to come from those nuclear warheads, which is going to come from Russia, China, Iran, North Korea, okay, NATO, India, in the presence of the holy angels, right? Because Yahweh Shai, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus, and the innumerable angels are going to be with him, as well as Michael the archangel is going to be with him. Because in the event that those nuclear warheads from these different countries are going to be falling upon America, destroying this country, the elect are going to be getting beamed up into what the world calls UFOs, being delivered from the nuclear destruction. Okay, being delivered from the nuclear fire. It says, "And he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb." And what? The smoke of their torment ascendeth up forever and ever, and they have no rest day nor night, who worship the beast of his image, and whosoever receiveth the mark of his name. Okay, so that's the punishment for anybody who take the CHIP, which is the mark of the beast. You're gonna, and it's gonna be a slow, painful death too. You're not gonna just, the nuclear bomb is gonna explode and then you're just poof, you're back in the spirit. Well, nah. The Most High is gonna keep your spirit in that body so you can feel that fire. Just like that guy that was in that Tesla, the Lord kept the spirit in his body so he could feel that pot, so he could feel that fire. Most High is going to keep your spirit in that body so you can feel that fire. If you take that CHIP, which is the mark of the beast. So I pray and hope that you sincere brothers and few sisters have been edified and informed through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai. With that, I'm going to say Shalom. Is on to the next one.